out there in TV land. It's RSG coming back at you. It's another Wednesday night. It's time to talk Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I, of course, am one of your hosts, the main man with the plan, Ranger J 1999. And, of course, joining me is my compatriots from all across the world and the globe and the universe as we talk about this game we love so well. And my God in heaven, did they drop a ton of just bombs, just gasoline, just stuff dropping everywhere. But to help me break it all down, of course, is we have Finity, who will be monitoring. If you have questions, please go ahead and get your questions in. But he's the troll extraordinaire, Doctor Finn Medicine Luneman. Fidodoodle himself will be trolling the chat. So watch yourself, or you'll get finicized. But also joining me, we always like to have a round table of people to discuss all the things happening in the latest in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and updates. We of course got the Smith Lord himself, all the way from England, Mr. Smithy D.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
What's up with you, brother?
Oh, good man. Just chilling. Picked up Knights of the Old Republic today.
Oh my God.
Probably going to do a couple of streams on it. It's cheap, man. It was like what? Probably in your currency, it's probably like $5 or
A
something like that.
penance. It's like a couple of pennies. It's penance.
Yeah. And I thought, hey, you know what? I love the game. Should do some.
I haven't played that in a long time, but it's a blast to play Darth Revan. Oh, you gotta love it. And of course, also joining us is Sir Loki, the lightsaber builder extraordinaire. What's up, Sir Loki?
What's up, Ranger? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. When are you building me a lightsaber for free?
Uh, we'll talk about that off air, but yeah, I'd love to do something for you,
No,
man.
let's talk about it on air so I can put you on the spot.
There's a couple of cool kits coming out. I'm not going to get into it, but need to build myself and continue honing in on my lightsaber skills. But yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk about some.
Very nice. All right, so Grande, I think he could not get free from jail, so I don't know if he'll be joining us tonight. Usually Wednesdays are pretty tough. He's got a lot of swim meets and stuff going on, so sometimes we can get old Grande poop on him, and sometimes we can't. I also know that Urban will probably be joining us when he gets home from work. He's out in Colorado, and I think he's just now getting off work. So when he gets home and gets settled, I'm sure he'll pop in. So if you do see him pop in, say something because I don't have that window open right now. Too many windows open right now for doing this stream, but yes, we've got a lot to talk about tonight, and what we like to do first is we like to give a shout out to everybody in the channel. So let's go ahead and do that. Of course, we got Bimatsu, the Spam Eater, Grim, Knights Templar, my boy Shadowvale, who else? MJ, whose lovely wife you saw in the intro, modeling our stuff. There's Finity the Troll. Good lord. Good old Maurice. Oh, now you want
Why
to
you
talk.
be hating on the troll?
Because you're a damn troll. And all trolls should die.
That's trollist.
Ben Lazarus is here. Got a lot of people here. So, it's just, man, you guys are really talking it up tonight. Jesus. So, thank you guys for all being here. First announcement. So, we got all that done. Just got some shout outs to all the people out there. We finally figured out how to do Super Chat. And what is Super Chat? Super Chat is a way, if you want to support the channel by more than just liking and subscribing, you can hit Super Chat. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Finn, which I'm sure you will because you're a troll. If you hit it, you can donate.
Wrong.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, Finn.
No, I'm just commenting you're wrong. Continue.
No. You said I was wrong. Tell me how I'm right. You go ahead, Mr. Righty
No,
Pants.
I don't do that. You don't understand the purpose of a troll. I point out when you do things wrong, even if they're right, but I don't provide any solutions.
And I'm anti-trolling you. So, Mr. Potato Head, since I had it wrong, well, please tell the folks how it's supposed to be.
Welcome to 20 Minutes of Silence, all of our viewers.
That's what I thought. Sometimes, these young Finns today, you have to train them right. You have to teach them life lessons so that you can keep them in check. Give them the old cross hilt to the wall. Rubbin's racing. Ben needs to learn that. Can you max out the volume of your voice? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, I was looking at chat. But
Maybe turn your mic up. I don't know.
I don't know. It's maxed out. It's, I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, it's maxed. All right, so super chat. If you want to support us, you can donate, and it's a one-time thing. It's not like a Patreon where you pay over time. If you want to donate, support the channel, you do that, and in the chat you get your name highlighted. Bells and whistles goes off, and that's how you can support the channel monetarily. And the money we use for that, of course, everything we use, whether it's the money we make from selling like merchandising or that. Um, we use that for the channel. That doesn't go anywhere but for us to do more content. So it goes right back into YouTube. So if you would like to support us in that way, then please, by all means, hit the button, donate. You can donate $1, you can donate $5, you can donate whatever you like. So please check it out. We appreciate all your support. Of course, the likes and subscriptions are always good too. But all that stuff goes to help support the channel. So, and then Finn will be putting that in there as well in the chat itself, so you can see it there written out for you. Good. Now we got that out of the way. Now let's get into the rest of the story. Holy cow! Do we have a lot to talk about? So let's go. Finn has an agenda for us, so we're just going to go down these things, Loki and Smithy, you guys in chat, tell us what you think about each of these things as we get into it. So, first thing we're going to talk about is the Elite Combat 3 event for Starfighter ship. We're not going to get into that one too much. I think we may save this just as we'll look at it real quick, but I think we're going to get into more depth with Ducky on the Sunday show since that's where we do a lot of the ship stuff. Let's see here. So if we look, Elite Combat 3 marquee event starts in 6 hours and 51 minutes, and you get the Gauntlet Starfighter. Now you will need the two commandos, Gar Saxon and stuff to use it. Initial thoughts, Loki, Smithy, about this? Whoever wants to pipe in first.
Go for it, Loki.
So I'm gonna have to activate my commandos. I haven't done them yet.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but I got them at 4-star. I did buy the $10 packs for each one. So I'm hoping I got enough juice to at least unlock the ship. I'm gonna assume it's similar to the Ghost and the Phoenix Squad
Yeah.
event somehow. But on that event, you were locked to, and then the ship, you could use the ship with all your other ships. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for, and hopefully my 4-star characters can get it done with my assuming other Empire squad.
Okay. Any thoughts on this Smithy event that's about to start tonight?
I haven't really looked into it. It's the ship one, isn't it? Is it the Saxon or is it the... Yeah, it's the Saxon ship. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah.
Honest, I'm not really...
Yeah. And for the ship itself, we'll go in depth. We'll have Ducky do an in-depth ship breakdown on that on the Sunday show where we just break that all. Hey, good old Maurice has donated $2. He said this cost me a hollow projector.
Dude, that's cool.
This cost me a hollow projector. B Motzi donated $5. It didn't cost him a hollow projector. Thank you guys for doing that. We appreciate it. It cost me a hollow projector.
Hey Ranger, I did have one question.
Yeah.
So they said that the Gauntlet Starfighter artwork, I guess, was wrong.
I haven't really looked at it. I'm looking at it. This is not the best picture.
I read a post where somebody pointed out it was the wrong ship.
It
I guess
is.
the artwork was wrong.
Finity, can you further?
So I'm waiting for Mage Ducky on that because I am sure he's going to have a lot of fun.
Let me look at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to take
does
any
look a
more
little
away
off.
from the Sunday show. But the only question I had was, does anybody on the panel know what ship that is? Then
I
I think it's called the Fang. It's called I think the Fang Starfighter. It was the kind of the original one, and then Gar Saxon's is a little bit modified. And so if you compare the two, you'll be able to see it. There's kind of a generic Fang Starfighter, and then Gar Saxon's has a little middle part to it.
It's a little bit thicker than the other one.
Saxon's is supposed to have a little part in between, kind of like the little two arms. Or the differences in the model.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So, I mean,
That's
it's
good to know. I'll leave
subtle.
it at that. I mean,
Yeah.
I was curious myself. I didn't know if it was like an epic accidentally released the artwork for, like it was going to be, something crazy, but okay.
Okay.
It may very well. So the interesting thing is that the Fang Starfighter is like a Mandalorian type ship. So just not going too much into ships, but itself. But the fact that it is kind of a Mandalorian ship may mean that there's more Mandalorian stuff coming out. So you can
Could
kind of
be.
keep an eye out on.
Okay. Very nice. So,
Cool.
but we'll break more of that down the ship itself and its capabilities, and where you can kind of look to use it on the Sunday Ship Spectacular show. All right. Next, Galactic Republic. Faction previously with ships listed just Republic now has characters. Where could this lead, Mister
The
Loki?
prequels. Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
Ha little itty. Oh God, if they introduced Jar Jar with
Yeah.
this, would that just like suck? What happened? What would you
Galactic
do?
Republic tag opens the doors that many seem unnatural.
Unnatural. Good. Good. Where do we think this could lead with that tag now? Now has characters listed.
Yeah. So I would probably imagine that the ones that are going to be tagged prequels, isn't it? They're all the light side, the clones, all the Jedi. They're going to be what, Galactic Republic.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So could that change their leadership? So will they now just change it? Say Cody, for example, and it will be instead of clones, it could be Galactic Republic
Yeah.
allies. I guess yeah. There's that itself would be amazing because it'll allow you to add more diversity to your squads. Because I think most of the game is Galactic Republic. Jedi are in the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Like I got
there's
Qui
a
Gon
lot.
up there. You see Galactic Republic up there. Light side support Jedi Galactic Republic. So So this is pretty much prequel characters on the good side. Galactic Republic. Correct.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Sir Loki? Of where this could lead?
I'm just as overwhelmed as everybody else. I think it was pretty surprising that they did it, and the amount of characters that are in this faction. One question that comes to mind is, Galactic Republic leaders that
Mm.
could be coming and would have a cross synergy.
Yeah, there's always Palpatine, isn't there? Senator Palpatine.
That's the only one that comes to mind. Actually, is
Mm.
is it's going to be, Palpatine. That's it. Is Chancellor Palpatine, right? But I mean, do we need another Palpatine in the game? I don't know.
Yeah, probably one for the future, isn't it? Like you're gonna have what's Padme gonna be? Galactic Republic.
He was the leader of,
Yeah,
of Naboo, right? I mean, she wasn't like the Chancellor. Or...
She was
Wasn't
a
she
queen.
in the
She was a
Galactic
queen.
Republic?
Yeah, she was an imperial senator after she was the queen. She did her terms as queen and then became the one of the imperial, the senators for Naboo.
Bail Organa. You may see him with a
Thank
Rebel
you.
tag, and Galactic Republic.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point.
Thank you, Night
Mon
Templar, for the
Mothma
donation,
as
$10.
well.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Mon
Yeah,
Mothma as
would.
well.
Yeah.
That's
So
another one. Yeah.
because I pulled up a couple clones and
We're
Jedi,
gonna
they do
have
have
Rebel.
yeah, they have the Galactic.
Rebel and thingy. Other than that, no, probably different versions of Ahsoka. I think with characters that aren't main. So when you've got someone that has a transition like Bail or Mon Mothma, then I think they'll have what R2's got because they're not going to want to bring out 6 different versions of their character or anything like that for each tag that they've got. Especially, I think R2's that big exception, but does everybody want to see a different version of R2 for each tag or era he was in?
Lord.
Probably not. No, it'd be
I mean,
overwhelming because he's the same droid. He didn't really change.
Yeah, R2-D2
compared
and
to
C3PO
characters like
both.
Groot.
Yeah, the only characters that are in all the movies. So this is R2 Resistance now too. Easy to get that tag. After the Last Jedi coming out. But do you think this opens the gate
Yeah,
for some
definitely.
more new characters that'll be called Galactic Republic and not just not Rebel or Resistance, but just Galactic Republic, their own special name?
Yeah, well,
That's what some of the
there's
characters.
definitely lots of characters, isn't there? There's like Captain Panaka. I think there's anybody
Yeah.
that was in the Galactic Republic is going to be Galactic Republic, no matter what. So all the characters, even under Naboo, even under Coruscant, they're all Galactic Republic, and they would have probably a sub tag
Yeah.
or whatever. So, yeah, I would say that that's going to be the main tag for anybody that was in the Galactic Republic, which is pretty much all the good guys. So and yeah, so it's pretty much like that. And then you've got your separatists, haven't you?
Yeah, so you'll have Separatists and Galactic Republic. It's interesting. So to kind of branch off the
Which
characters a
I
little bit more.
predicted this, you know. Back last year, I was saying about that.
You did. We were sitting.
At
We
one
were
point this
Yeah,
year.
we were drinking a beer, and Smithy's like,
Yeah.
"Oi, Ranger," and I was like, "Yes, Smithy." He's like, "You know the characters from the prequel?" I was like, "Yes, Smithy." He's like, "They should be called Galactic Republic." I was like, "Oh my God, you're so smart."
Yeah, no, I was actually on about. I think it was. I can't remember when it was last year. Maybe October, and I was saying that I think next year's meta around about April time, April onwards, that we're probably going to start seeing Galactic Republic and Separatists, and they're going to have like, and I think that's happening. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to change. I think R2 is going to break those barriers and just make things diverse. All we need now is more Jedi, which is probably going to be Galactic Republic, or just characters that aren't Jedi. And
Mm.
you know, if the story unrolls of Maz Kanata, she could be Galactic Republic and Resistance. Maybe depends what she does.
Oh.
I know there was a lot of stuff cut, wasn't there, from Force Awakens, the
Yeah.
story. So we're probably going to find out more in the next one, and she'll probably be something somewhere, and she'll have a deep story in a book. Of course, it probably isn't going to be shown in the movie. It'll
It's
be
hard,
the Maz Kanata
yeah.
book.
I like the books though because you get a lot more information in the books, backstory and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it's hard to do that in a 2 hour movie. You know.
Yeah, because it's not centered around her,
Yeah,
is
it
it?
has to, yeah, which is cool. Um, let's see here. All right, so that's the Galactic Republic tag. Um, next is we had the release of Nihilus, Sith Assassin, and Sith Trooper are now FTP accessible. All right, so for um, Sith Assassin, it is Cantina 8B, and then Sith Troopers 8C, and then Nihilus is now Hard Node 9A. And then also, you can get all three of them, of course, chromiums, but also the Shard Shop, they replaced Death Trooper and Krennic, and they've got Nihilus, Sith Assassin, and Sith Trooper in there. So, what are our thoughts of their locations? Do we like the locations? Do we think they're good? I mean, it makes sense having Darth Nihilus in 9A. I was pleasantly surprised, I gotta admit, they put Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper in Cantina, and that you can also get them in other areas with Shard Shop in the store. Let's start with you, Loki. What did you think about this?
Who's going first?
I said Loki. Haha!
I'm going first. I mean, I already have. I mean, I finished my Nihilus already. But I mean, as free to play, I think it's a good location for everybody. I mean, I think it's fair. I'm going to be working on Sith Assassin. I didn't even bother building him, so
You always call him a him.
I'm sorry.
You always say him. I swear you've said it about 6 times, and I've been like, oh no, it's a her.
I'm very consistent. So,
Isn't that good though? Isn't that what you would want with an assassin?
Time for
Loki's always going to be looking for a man, and a
androgyny.
woman's going to come
Here
and stab him
comes
in the back.
Sith Assassin.
Yeah, I mean, in my point of view,
hammer,
I
sir,
think they're good
hammer.
locations. I mean, you can get them anywhere. So they're in the Shard Shop, they're in shipments, they're in chromiums, and there's a free to play option. So,
Yeah, I guess it could be worse. I've heard so many people called Phasma a guy, and I'm thinking, have you not watched The Force Awakens? Do you think he just has a squeaky voice?
What do you think
So,
it's-
the Sith Assassin, it's one of them, isn't it? You don't know. You
It's-
dive deep into it, you're not going to know. But,
It's a lady.
well, people have that excuse that they say Phasma's a guy. And I'm
Phasma
like,
is a guy.
But she's
That's an insult
from
to Star Wars and Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
Just throwing that out.
Yeah, I mean,
well, Phasma is played by a female actor, but
But if you look at Sith Assassin, it's a lady.
It is because it calls her out. I apologize.
I mean,
I will.
you pull up the
I will
picture.
apologize.
Let's look, just making sure. Yeah, that's the lady. That is
Let's have
the
a look.
female
Let's see what
look.
he's looking.
Where's Grande when you need him?
I know.
How's her butt?
Can't really see it in the dress.
Yes, he's got a skirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a skirt.
I remember the
she's
whole
wearing a
debate with
robe's dress.
remember the whole debate with Resistance pilot. I think for the longest time we didn't know if that was male or female either.
It's a
I don't
female.
know. I just always thought it was a female because of you had the Resistance pilot in Force Awakens.
They
that
could
was
be
female.
transgender. We don't know, but on the outside, not having the ability to talk and see how they identify themselves, we'll go with what we see. That's all we can do.
Hmm.
That's what any of us.
No, but in the description of the abilities, it does say she. So
Oh, well, there you go. She identifies as woman, therefore she is. So we must respect that, even in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes universe. But yeah, I think that the placements of all of them was really good. I'm working on Sith Assassin. I already got Death Trooper done, so I'm going to save up my shards and then buy Nihilus and then farm him. Makes total sense. I can farm Baze and I can farm Nihilus and then do the rest. Um, who are you focusing on first with these guys coming out, if at all, Smithy D?
Wow. I have Nihilus currently at 4-star, so I'm going to try and get into 7-star through the shard shot. But I kind of predicted that he's going to. I think everybody predicted that he'll go into a hard node. I think that's the new business model. Healthy, if they're giving us these 3 characters, I guess they have to make their money, and I think it's a great way. It's probably not the ideal way that everybody wants, but it's still a great way because it's still putting them in charge shot, which was definitely a big surprise when they did the Krennic Death Trooper. Yeah, I think Hera's going to be the next hard noder, so
Probably.
if you are wanting Hera in your Rebel Phoenix squad, then save some shard shot currency. If not, go after Nihilus big time because unless you're going to go after the other kind of like characters that are out at the moment, like the Imperial Commando, you can start building up some more for when another great character drops. But I just think Nihilus is definitely worth having the 7-star. If you've got that shard shot currency, or you can put other farming on hold just for a week or two, because that's probably the length he's going to be in there. He's probably not going to be in there past that because we're probably going to see the Phoenix squad at some point.
Yeah.
Wrong, maybe it's a couple of weeks, a month. Never know with these things. These kind of get dropped on the day when they're going to be taken out. Pretty much when an update, when they change them. Yeah.
Okay. Lucky, where's
go for it.
Where's your focus?
what was that?
What is your focus with this update and everything? Which character are you focusing primarily on?
Oh, it's going to be Sith Assassin. I don't
Assassin?
have her built up at all.
Okay.
So I'm going to focus on her. My Sith Trooper, I got it to... I think I just got it to 7-star, so I'll be doing Sith Assassin for sure. I'm going to put my mod farming on hold for a little bit.
Yep. And then Finn, if you want to weigh in, what's your thoughts? Finn?
I am also going with Sith Assassin, primarily, and also the Nihilus hard node. So I'm kind of going with both of them.
Awesome. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Nute Gunray leader ability update. That's the next thing on the agenda, if I can get this thing to work. Does this make you consider using Nute Gunray as a lead? And is this a hint from CG about an upcoming Nute Gunray capital ship? What are your thoughts, Smithy?
Didn't they like change it, Nerva?
Yeah, let's look.
Like, didn't they weaken it?
Yeah,
Make it
so-
stronger.
No, they increased it. So Nute Gunray's leader ability has been adjusted. Turn meter gain on critical hit has been increased to 30% from 20, 25, and 30. So you're kind of gaining about 10 to 20% across the board at ranks of 3, 5, and 8, but can now only trigger once per turn. So you get more turn meter on a crit, but it's only once. So depending on your squad, it could be a nerf, it could be a buff. Once per turn.
Yeah, Death allies get
It's definitely
5 critical chance to gain 50% turn meter the first time they score a critical hit. So that's, I guess, the new change.
Or a rebalance.
Well, yeah. I didn't really see Newt being unbalanced, so Someone update me. Was there some kind of imbalance with Nute Gunray that I wasn't aware of?
I think if it's set to how it was, then I think if you used AoE, you're just constantly getting AoEs from per meter, aren't you? So if you're using like Lando, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you could just spam the AoE constantly, couldn't you?
Yeah.
If it was like 25% all correct, boom, 100% per meter.
Hmm. Um. So with this change to Newt, do we see him getting his capital ship? Do we see plans moving forward, Loki, of them moving forward with this? What are your thoughts on with this change and everything? Where are we headed next with them?
So I'd like to add a little bit to Smithy D's comment about AOE spamming the turn meter gain. So I really think they adjusted him, and I think they nerfed him. It's I could potentially see if they didn't do it, you can run a Nute Gunray lead with like R2-D2 and then run like 3 AOE characters.
Right.
2D2 stealths everybody.
Right.
They're all gonna take a bunch of turns. So
So this has to do more with the R2-D2 being introduced than
that's my
anything.
opinion.
Okay,
That's my
that
opinion.
makes sense because that's what I was trying to wrap my head around. It just wasn't clicking. That why? Who's using new? Did I miss something meta that's not in the meta? What the hell is going on here? You know. But yeah, that does make total sense. I was seriously thinking about it,
Yeah.
like what in the hell is going on?
No,
No,
I
but
was thinking about it. I was thinking about it when they did it. I said, did I miss something in the heroic AAT raid that you could have soloed the whole thing with Nute Gunray? And I thought really hard, but then you look at R2-D2 and you're like, okay, he can give stealth to everybody. This is why they did it.
Yeah,
what did you say?
But
that's it.
moving forward to the capital ship, hopefully again the Separatists get some kind of buff
Yeah.
character wise, but ship wise, and yeah, I mean, he was on a ship, most of the time during the prequels. Makes sense.
You will see that a blockade.
It is, yeah.
perfectly
His capital
legal.
ship's going to be the one from episode one, wouldn't it? Would it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Federation ships. Absolutely.
How would that fit in the game? That'd look really weird, wouldn't it? The size of it and just the kind of like shape.
It's not the size, Smithy. It's how you use it.
No, it's just kind of like the shape of it. So it's not kind of like a ship. It's just weird, you know. It's kind of like a mini Death Star, isn't it? Like a
Well,
tiny kind of
yeah.
like shape. And
Well, they could use some of those other
I
ships
guess
that
how would
the Federation had that were more, slender. Like
yeah,
the
it'd just be weird watching that ship go into hyperspace because I've never seen that.
Now this is pod racing.
Just kind of like just coming out. I know the Death Star could go into.
Oh, the Death Star. We'll never see it in. It'd be so great to see that in this game. All right, so that's enough about Newt. Now I think we need to go into the meta report. The meta report, brought.
Yeah, I think
All
it's
right.
going to be the same as last week and the week before.
Yeah, pretty much. If you look at the meta report, nothing's changed. Malso number one. Now the difference is Rex has come up big time. It's now the gap is between 42% now they're using Maul, but Rex has spiked dramatically. Rex leads to 36%, and of course everybody else is using different kind of leads and stuff. I mean, you can see the breakdown of everything here. Um, but nothing's really changed except that Rex is becoming more and more popular. I know myself have started using a Rex based team with Chase, right?
Mm.
Um, it makes the most sense. But really,
In
there's not.
in 2 weeks,
Mhm.
Rex will be more than more.
I think
Rex
so. The
will
way it's
probably be
going.
like 60-70%, and it'll then be followed by more. Once R2's added, you're just going to see everyone run R2
Oh
with
God,
Rex. Because it's synergies, because Rex is what is he? Galactic Republic. I
he's
haven't looked
Galactic Republic.
at Rex at present.
Yeah, I
So
put
he's
him
going
up
to gain
earlier.
that, Rebels if you run Chirrut and Base, you rock General Kenobi potentially and run Nihilus and run that free team,
And
and you're
just go
just
to
probably going
town.
to stomp, yeah, just going to stomp the mole team. So that's probably the team that you're going to see in, say, a week and a half, 2 weeks or so,
That's
and
if
I'd say that's where it's going to go.
d- yeah, and Loki. I mean, looking at this, I mean, let's. Are you who are you using as your PvP team, Loki?
I'm running Nihilus lead right now, so I'm doing Nihilus with Savage, Dooku, Boba Fett, and General Kenobi. That's what I'm running.
Okay, then Smithy, who you running?
Mole lead at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I change it up all the time, but who have I got in at the minute? I think I've got Mole lead, Nihilus, GK, Shrewt and Bays. Earlier I had Maul, Kylo, or Zylo,
Carlo Bruno.
General Kenobi, Savage, and Nihilus, I think, yeah.
Okay, and then
But
Finn, let's get you into this. Who are you running, Finnadoodle?
I'm still running the old meta, wedge
Why?
lead,
Hippie.
base, true base. Well, mainly because I hadn't worked on some of the newer characters until lately, because I was focusing on like droids, which I hadn't worked on to get our guild into AAT heroic. So
Right.
I'd spent a lot of resources working on non-arena characters, and now I'm focusing on them. So I kind of have I'm building up Sith Assassin, Maul, uh, Rex, and unlocking Kenobi here in a couple days. So then I'll be boosting him as well. So
Okay.
Kenobi's overrated.
Oh my God! Is that Urban Blaster?
What's up, dudes? It's your bestest buddy in the whole frickin' galaxy.
Oh my God! Urban Blaster.
That's
How was
Boston
your
cream taco himself, man.
yeah, how was your fish sandwich?
God.
It was pretty good actually.
Be
I don't know. How did you get away and get away with one of them? It looked like it was all right. Thinking fish isn't bad. My mate has tuna and ribena together.
What?
Just like eats that. Yeah,
What
or
the
drinks it,
hell?
should say, or smashes it. He's like a bodybuilder, so he has ribena with tuna for some strange reason.
So,
And yeah, I
what?
think you got away with lightly on that one. It looked cool. It
Yeah,
looked cool.
you really did pack that sucker in the taco with an astronomical ton of custard and bread.
Yeah, we kind of regretted not putting in the fixins like some cheese or some salsa
Lettuce.
to
Yeah.
make it a true taco, but we didn't want to go too extreme.
So you like creamy with your fish tacos now? Is that what you're saying?
I believe so,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. Um, rate that little delicacy you just ate with all the other. Where would you put that as? For all the gamer fuel, where would you rank that last one you ate in the annals of gamer fuel? Where's it rank for you?
Out of taste, it was probably an 8 because it tasted better than some of the other stuff, especially because the donut, the chocolate, and the cream took over the taste of the fish.
Jesus.
So it wasn't bad.
And we were trying to remember what's the name of that like pizza thing you made with all the stuff on it. It started with an F. I can't remember what you called it.
The patu
We did all the
poutine,
poutine.
the
poutine.
poutine pizza.
Oh Lord.
Poutine is like the awesomest thing from Canada. No offense to anybody else from Canada, but poutine is like the greatest thing you guys have.
Especially if you bake it on some dough.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big poutine, eater per se. So I don't know this Canadian stuff you guys are speaking about. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. So Urban, who are you running in your PvP team right now?
Usually Rex lead with Wigs and Short Trooper and Palpatine, but then sometimes I'll mix it up if I have to go up against a Rebel team. Then I'll run my Zader team. But it is getting tough with that Rex lead because the Death Trooper is going to be coming big now, and he counters that because he'll knock the tenacity right off your head.
Well, just to let you know, Urban, I've got mine 7-star now and geared him pretty quickly. But we're not on the same shard, so I can't fight you. I wouldn't fight you, Urban. You're too nice.
Hopefully they add that ability because I'll challenge you just for fun.
Oh, you guys heard it here first. Me and Urban, one on one, mano a mano. 2 men enter, 1 may leave. It's on like
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, and we'll have commentary. But
Hell yeah, we will.
that's right. So meta report, pretty much nothing's changed. Nothing really much to talk about. It's the same old, same old. But we should be interesting to see here in a week and a half, 2 weeks, how it changes with R2 and everything. So we'll keep our eye on that. So let's move on to the next item on the agenda, and that is character of the month will be Veers. Let's get our thoughts on the rework and theorycraft about his viability with a trooper squad. So we'll go with you, Smithy, first. What are your thoughts on Mr. General Veers? You may start to landing
Uh,
motivation. This should be down momentarily.
um, no, I haven't really looked into that a great deal because it didn't grab much interest for me because it's still in a hard mode and my Veers is not even unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
So
not even
he's
having
not.
unlocked.
It doesn't say that he's going into a cantina or anything like that. It's something I definitely will look into once I get a chance, but it wasn't the kind of highlight reel of what I was looking for. And because I didn't have a 7-star Veers and I didn't have any of my troopers geared up, except for Death Trooper and probably Shore Trooper, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of just was wound compared to kind of like the R2. I think that was the big kind of like section. R2 was the main bit, but yeah, it's something I'll look into. But again, I've got about the same shards as you. Actually, I've got a 3-star with probably about 36 shards, so
Mm.
I probably wouldn't use him unless,
Unless you had to. Yeah, well,
Uh, uh,
yeah, Loki, your thoughts, my friend?
Uh, I think I sent you a couple. I mean, we were chatting about it yesterday.
Yeah, but I
It's
want to
hard to
share it
say
on
right now.
air. Yeah, share it on air. Share it on air.
For which one?
For Veers,
I guess
fool.
it's the other abilities as well, isn't it? What?
No, it's a little premature. I mean, everything sounds great, but we don't know who Imperial Trooper allies are yet. And I was voicing my frustration yesterday because I don't want to farm TST drivers to run with this guy. So hopefully, the troopers that are already in the game that are called troopers get a rework somehow and Imperial Trooper tag.
Yeah, because really the only two viable ones are Shore Trooper and Death Trooper, right? I mean, because regular Stormtrooper, garbage. Snow Trooper, garbage. Magma Trooper in the right team can be okay, but pretty much bleh. I mean,
Ranger, do you want to go through what the upgrades were? I have the notes up if you want to.
yeah, let's go ahead, Finn.
What the
I've got
changes
him up.
are.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so his basic ability also now grants speed up to a random Imperial Trooper ally who doesn't have it. So going to what Loki was just saying, we don't know what the other Imperial allies are yet. It's a new category that they added.
Okay.
The upgrade 7 now grants 10% damage instead of 5% damage. Now has an Omega that adds 15% damage and 30% up from 15% speed up chance with his basic attack.
Okay.
His special Ruthless Assault also calls other Imperial Trooper allies to assist, dealing 40% less damage. Essentially a copy of the clones.
Right.
Ability is very similar to that. Upgrade 7 now grants 10% damage instead of 5%, and an Omega now adds 15% damage in addition to previous bonus of 15% ability block. So it's now 15% damage and ability block on the Omega.
Okay.
Ability Imperial Trooper Imperial Trooper allies gain 20 speed, and on an Omega, Imperial Troopers gain 10% turn meter whenever they gain a buff, in addition to previous bonuses of 4% offense.
Okay.
And then the unique is going to be now grants all bonuses to Imperial Troopers. Gains while Veers is active, Imperial Trooper allies have 15% critical chance. And the Zeta is they recover 10% protection whenever an enemy is defeated, 20% offense up chance, and 60% turn meter gain chance.
Yep, pretty much.
Those are the changes to Veers, and it seems to be very much in line with the clones if you're looking at kind of what they're reworking Empire for.
So do we think with the if they leave troopers, all the troopers as they are, does this really do anything, Smithy?
If they don't change the troopers, then it'd probably be quite poor, wouldn't it? Because you've got is Death Trooper, and in a raid, he's not really going to be very great, is he?
Mm-mm.
In some teams, kind of thing. MJ just donated
Yay,
$20.
MJ! Thank you, sir. $20. Yay! Thank you,
I
sir.
don't know. They're going to have some synergy, you know. They're going to have to gain something from Veers, or they're just going to be lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
No, in my opinion, I don't think there's enough bump.
Mm.
We need to see a change to the Stormtrooper. We need to see a change to the Magna Trooper.
Yeah, big
You know,
time.
there's something that's going to make them worth running as a unit, or you know, even if I had all them 7 stars, I'm not going to run them if
No.
they don't gain extra synergy between each other. For being under Veers, if it was just Veers and them, then it's pretty pointless. You know, they're just going to share the same leadership. So I think that they should be probably similar to clones. You know, maybe as you mentioned, I think that'd be the way to go, where they're going to gain synergy or whatever from running with each other. Then I think it could work. You know, because Death Troopers is a good character and all.
Yeah.
Um,
Short Trooper's
but
not bad
again,
either.
you know, yeah, to get that death mark, they've still got to kill someone. At the minute, there isn't really.
Yeah, no damage.
They're gonna hit a wall of General Kenobi, and they're just gonna be stuck there hitting General Kenobi, and he's just gonna be like, kind of like brushing it off.
Yeah. Urban, what do you think about the new General Veers and all the troopers?
It'd be pretty cool to see those a wizard crew of troopers all synergizing. So I'm just kind of excited to see how they change them. But I agree with everyone that they're just not there yet, and I haven't really looked at Veers except for what Finity just read off.
Oh God, he killed me. Just kill me, Urban. Wizard, wizard. This is so wizard, Annie. Is that where you got that from? Is Phantom Menace?
Yeah, and mostly from the robot chicken.
Yeah. Oh Lord. All right. So I think we spent enough time on Potato Head Veers. Let's get to the big one. R2-D2 event on May the 4th. This will require Empire tunes. What are our thoughts on this event? What do we think will be the Empire? What will be the best Empire squad to use? And then what do we think about good old R2 here? Let's go with you, Loki.
I'm excited like everybody, so I can't wait for it to start. Um, the Empire squad I'm gonna run a Zader with Palpatine and Royal Guard, Short Trooper, and a TIE Fighter pilot. I'm gonna try that out. I think there was a data mine put out, so it said that in the last tier, the rebels or whatever we're fighting are immune to turn meter reduction. So I might go to a Palpatine lead.
Okay.
Same team, but just switch the leaders and try it out. But I'm excited. It says we got to fight the crew of the Millennium Falcon. So
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty exciting. I want to see how R2 works with all the other characters. I mean,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Smithy, you've
be
had
interesting to fight.
Yeah, Smithy, you've had some thoughts, about R2-D2 as you've had a chance to look at him and stuff. What are your break it down for the folks out there in TV land? What are your thoughts initially as you look at R2-D2, and where we could see him going?
Yeah. Okay, so Dan, you're going to be fighting the crew of the Millennium Falcon. If Bespin Luke, if Bespin Luke is on the enemy team, he is coming in June. I say it now. If he's on the enemy team,
You heard it here, folks.
then it means he's coming to the game. That's what I would say.
Urban,
because,
write that down.
yeah, I'm hoping it's Luke, because
I am too.
I want Luke, but I'm happy, even though he wasn't a Jedi yet, but he's still a Luke with a lightsaber, and I like Bespin Luke. He was pretty cool. He faced Vader and stuff. He did something that not many could do. That was escape from him, He even jumped to his death, man. He was just like, you know what, you're my father, I can't hack it anymore, and he just jumped off. Yeah, that was it. He didn't even know where he's going to land or if he's going to survive, but he'd rather do that than join with him, and I love that part.
Yeah.
Team, then that's probably going to show us, because if you've seen in the Chopper event, where you got the Omega, you had R2-D2 on the opposite team, then boom, he's in the game. So if Luke is in that enemy team on the Falcon squad, then I would say it's pretty much more or less guaranteed that we're going to be seeing him very soon or in June. R2-D2 himself,
break it down. What do you think is good? Yeah, we'll change the meta. Is he good? Okay. Is he bad? Break down what you think. Him overall.
Okay, so he's fast. He has what? 100. He has 153 speed. He's got the highest tenacity in the game at the moment. So I think he's number one character on the tenacity side of things.
Okay.
With his basic, he can stun. So that's a great thing, especially if you're facing a Nihilus. That's a difficult one because you're gonna give your team stealth. Either ways, you could put him in his squad. I don't think it's really. Oh, I think that part was probably not needed. Does everybody need stealth? I don't know.
It might be. That's a great. I don't know. What do you think about the current meta with the Rex, Kenobi, Nihilus, and Chase? If you replace Nihilus with R2-D2, you can give stealth to everybody, and Kenobi and Baze will kind of be forced to be attacked, even if they're not taunting. Dispelled or something like that, they would still be the only ones visible. This could go stealth.
Yeah, that's it. But they're not going to be gaining anything from it, are they? So if someone does, if the enemy character does an AOE attack, they're not going to really be gaining anything from it.
Right.
And or more to have someone give them foresight because you want that crits for that turn meter. Foresight and stealth. If they've even got that up on them, then to that team and that kind of build up, it's going to weaken it because you want the crits. Yeah. To do that, you want the crits to get the turn meter because. So even on an AOE, if there's 5 crits, that's 5 lots of turn meter each character's going to gain. You take that element away and put them into stealth, actually, or foresight or whatever, it may not work as well. But backtracking because I was probably going on that. I'm thinking of foresight. So one's going to have foresight, 4 are going to have stealth, aren't they? So yeah, I don't know. You could go into a more team, but the biggest issue that you could potentially have is what happens on defense. He opens with smoke screen, not his actual improvise. So you could be looking at this enemy team Maul. Okay, he's going to have that increased accuracy to the entire team, which is great. That's going to help you against these Maul teams, but. Maul can generally sometimes go first. Depends what Maul team you're facing. Depends if you've got Maul that's faster than Rex days or what. So what happens if you get your Nihilus off straight away and that's on the enemy team or he's on your defense? And we'll say that we're attacking it with a Maul team because you want to know if he's going to be good on defense and he's going to hold him overnight. So if R2's sitting there, Nihilus Maul goes first. They reduce his cooldowns. Then when his cooldowns are reduced, and say he uses smoke screen first. Okay, he's then going to go into stealth. Yeah. And then, again, by the time that's happened, depends how the more team's running, Nihilus will probably have his cooldowns reduced, and he'll be able to then increase it again. Then is he going to use smokescreen again when it's available, or will he go with improvise, There's a lot of things. I think to the part that he's kind of... I would have liked to see that he would have been a counter to Nihilus, because Nihilus is, what I would say is the kind of like character that you would put into any team that makes a difference. Why does he not have a kind of like unique that stops R2 from getting his cooldowns increased? Because he's going to be prone to Death Trooper, because Death Trooper against Rebels, and he's going to be prone to Nihilus. So to get that kind of like those abilities off, it could be close to, it could go either way, flip a coin. And relying on that character to use his abilities is something that's wrong, in my opinion. I think I would have liked to see him where he can't have his cooldowns increased because he's a droid or something, because it doesn't work some Star Wars way. But it'd have been nice to see that he had that unique on him. It doesn't have to give it to the entire team, but it'd have been nice that he's just generally immune to it. With the abilities improvise, where he's going to put the burn in, and I believe what I've seen on how it works is they're not going to evade if they've got the burn-in effect. I think it's like -5. Something I've seen on the actual how the ability works.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets that off, then yeah, that's great. It's going to work. you're going to work against really one team. High damage, and even with all the offense boosts and stuff, will he be noteworthy? I'd say he's more of a bench warmer, that you'd use him on attack to beat a multi and take him off again for defense, but it doesn't matter because it could shake some people up and change their minds that, oh no, my multi-team's not working anymore, my multi-team's not working. And that normally how as they change it themselves, they use it, it looks great. You know what, I'm going to use it. Oh, it actually works. And then someone else faces them. Oh, my Vader team's not working against me, so I'm going to go with a multi-team. And that's how these kind of like teams pretty much kind of like change across the board, because the one person copies another person, and it kind of like a chain of what happens, you know, and people put out some cool videos of them all and stuff. And some, you know, then just go with it. And then there's some that are like, no, I'm not doing the evasion meta. I'm staying away from it. I'm going to use a nihilist lead, Loki, you know, and be different. That, but I think he could potentially work, but on defense, I think he's going to be one of the characters where he's going to be easily dealt with. He's not going to really be much of a threat because, again, he can be stunned, he can be ability blocked, have his cooldowns increased. There's nothing different than what you currently do. It's just another character that, if and when you want to take him down, do it. Yeah, he's a great character that will help, but I don't think it's going to change it. I think everybody's just going to be smashing each other on defense even more.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so
Ren's still up there.
Yeah, so let's theory craft here, Loki. Where do you think would be the ideal team for R2-D2?
So, I mean, I'm looking at his kit right now. I've been thinking about this all day. I'm going to shout out to Maurice in our chat room because I really think he's going to do well in a Zeta Fin resistance team. And, you know, with Smokescreen, he's going to give somebody foresight and advantage. And then the, you know, Zeta Fin or the resistance team, they gain a bunch of turn meter and all that when they attack exposed characters and all that. So it'd be cool to see that thing built and running. I agree. Smithy said his number crunch unique is kind of interesting because at the start of the battle, R2 gains 10% max protection. He gains a bunch of stuff, and then he gives way too. So it's at the start of the battle when when R2-D2 revives. So that's kind of interesting that they actually said that. So when he comes back into play, the Galactic Republic Rebel Resistance allies gain 10% of protection, offense, max health, potency until R2-D2 is defeated. So I don't know. It's hard to say on defense, like what Smithy said, because we don't know what he's going to do first. So we don't know if he's going to improvise first, if he's going to open with an AoE, or if he's going to open with a for his allies. So it's really a good thing to think about. He gains a bunch of turn meter. I like that he gives all light side allies, when they critically hit, they can dispel all debuffs on themselves. So it turns potentially all your allies, light side allies, into dispellers, which is kind of cool.
Not dispellers, cleansers, isn't it?
Cleansers, I'm sorry, yes. So it's
I don't know why they word it like that.
Dude, look at all these. Look at all these tags.
I was like, a crit?
He could be
Crit is going to dispel. What? I was like, wow, I don't even have to run an AoE dispeller anymore. And then I was like, oh, debuff. Thinking that they're going to crit, Moore's going to go into stealth, then they're going to take off the stealth because the crit comes first, then the buff remover comes after. And I was thinking, wow, this Maul meta is completely over. I sat there and I was like, what the? Like that. I was like, so anybody that crits is going to dispel the enemy. And I was just like, wow, Maul's going to be in. There's no stealth for Maul there because they're going to crit, put him into stealth, then it's going to remove the buff. It's dispel their own buffs, own debuff. I was just like,
right.
The cleanse.
I mean, so it turns all the light side characters when they crit into cleansers, right, for themselves, kind of. So
that's Rex, Rex, Chase. I think they got a little bit of boost in that department now, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Baze alone, I mean, he's going to actively have retribution, right? So he's going to be cleansing himself all the time. I mean, you can load him up with critical chance and, run him with Chirrut and R2-D2. And those two alone would probably cleanse themselves because they're going to be counterattacking all the time.
Right.
What do you think of, what do you think of like Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta?
Oh, God.
Gungeon Zeta, Yoda, all that like foresight. Now you're turning them into little critters.
Yeah.
So you're giving that extra 10%, and they're gonna now because they haven't, without General Kenobi being there.
Oh, Lord.
Anybody that can move those debuffs, do they? Yoda can't, so I guess that's a good thing. Anakin.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean,
you can use him anywhere. He's a droid, Galactic Republic, Rebel, Resistance. I mean, you could put him in any of those.
Yeah,
things.
he has like leader abilities, and he's not a leader.
I know.
I mean, this guy is, if you can keep him alive, though, that's the only issue.
So
you gotta keep this guy alive.
You're definitely gonna have to run him with somebody that can keep debuffs off him, because you don't want him ability blocked and all that other good jazz.
Well, I mean, he has an AOE, so he has a lot of ways to cleanse himself, right? Because he's gonna get his own buffs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So, you can revive him, and then you get all the bonuses back. So it would be, I'm thinking even like Jin. I mean, maybe you can run him in some kind of a
Rogue
hybrid
One
first, or I'm sorry, a Rogue One team or something
Instead
like that.
K2SO,
I don't know.
R2? Because of that ability.
I'm sorry.
Well, like a Rogue One team. Oh Lord, I get a call. I hate spammers. But like a Rogue One team, like set of K2SO, R2-D2. Now I know you lose a little bit of the synergy between Cassian and KTSO, but if you put R2-D2 in there with Chirrut and Baze, Jen and Cassian, what do you think of that team with R2-D2?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm even, honestly, I might even want to try him with OG Han, with Raid Han, because Raid Han's gonna go first. He's gonna get 10% potency and accuracy, and he's going to get all sorts of stuff from R2-D2, which would be kind of interesting. And it could disrupt the Maul team first turn. I mean, you stun somebody, right? Which would be kind of cool. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking back on the older characters, that we kind of all benched. And, I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'm really excited. I mean, he's just got a lot of going on. And, if this is what we have to look forward to and all these new characters, that they just have so many things going on, I mean, it's going to change it's not going to change the meta right away. It's, people are going to figure stuff out.
Imagine what Bespin Luke could have.
Oh yeah, that's just going to be incredible.
He's going to have like 2 unique raising.
Smithy, going back to your comment, was Bespin Luke a Millennium Falcon crew member though? No. I know they picked him up at the end, but he took his own X-wing into Bespin, right? And then they picked him up.
Yeah,
so,
at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, you had Bespin Leia on there. You had, or was she Hoth Leia and then she changed her?
Well,
she's Hoth Leia, right?
It's wishful thinking. It's probably going to be Fanboy Luke because it's Death Star, isn't it? R2-D2's on the Death Star.
He's been
Millennium Falcon. Maybe Old Ben. So you'd probably be looking at Old Ben, Leia,
we'll get Old Ben,
Chewie, and
B3PO, and
R2's got to be on there as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe Old Ben's not on there, and maybe it's just like Fanboy Luke or something.
Yeah, I mean, Luke had spent time on the Millennium Falcon, but he never really. More was in Episode 4 Star Wars, where he's on the gun, he's helping out, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
but Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, no, not really.
Well, it could be One-Hand Luke.
Yeah, it could be. It could be they're trying to escape from Bespin, trying to get to the Millennium Falcon, your boarding party, something like that. We don't know. They could do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they don't have to stick with lore, though, do they? They
no.
Throw in any variations of what they are. You could have Clone Wars Chewbacca.
I mean,
I don't know, but hopefully that we see Bespin Luke because it gives me hope. And rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah. Jesus.
Easiest line in the movie.
I know. Now, Urban, R2-D2, what do you think of this fool?
He is a droid, but I think he's pretty savage because he sets people on fire. I like him.
You're finally getting off the droid hatred bandwagon, and you like R2-D2.
Yeah, well, he's kind of annoying in the the movie. To
Is
be
he?
honest, he's one
Is
of those
he?
annoying characters to me personally. But I don't know. He does seem to have a good kit, and I just like his AOE. He's just savage like that.
Now, how do you think R2 is annoying? All this droid does is he does
Yeah.
his job and he saves the day in every single movie. He's the
Isn't
That's
that
why
C-3PO?
he's
That's
freaking droid.
Now,
and
C3PO, I could see you
the
saying,
day.
yeah. C3PO, I could definitely see you saying, oh, Lord. But R2-D2?
But C-3PO's funny. He says jokes. R2-D2 somewhat is funny.
Hey, don't blame R2-D2 because you don't know how to understand a droid.
Yeah, why don't you
That's
learn?
your-
You need
Yeah,
to learn
he
over
talks
6
a lot
million
of jokes.
forms of communication. All right, Smithy?
Yeah.
I think you're...
He's just too cutesy for me.
Are you more of a Jar Jar Binks guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's annoying and I like annoying people.
Oh, Lord. You heard it here, folks. Urban Blaster loves Jar Jar Binks. Me so
But
happy
the
to
ult-
hear that.
The ultimate counter to R2-D2 would be R3 on the Separatists.
We don't know that. Why? Because he's a droid?
Because that's an epic fight between them. Doesn't R2
Lord.
fight R3?
I don't.
This is a question for you, Ranger. I don't know anything
I'm
about the lore.
trying to
so-
think, and I'm like, R2-D2
R-
versus R3.
I think that was Chopper, wasn't it, in Rebels that had a
yeah.
little fight with an R3.
Right.
Oh no, this was out of the Clone Wars. At one point,
Like
there was a
Cody.
fake
Oh, yeah.
R2-D2, and he ended up being a Separatist.
That's right. I hadn't even thought of
Got a
that.
good memory, man.
Yeah,
Can't
that's a better
remember.
memory than me.
I know,
I mean,
Chopper had a little fight with a droid as well, didn't he, recently in
that's
Rebels?
right. He did. It was amazing.
Probably ripped it off.
Yeah.
in Clone Wars.
All right. So I think that covers everything. Good Lord. I say that as an hour of our time was just covering all this stuff.
Can I throw out a team there? I want to kind of see what Smithy thinks about it.
Oh, yeah. Go for it, Finn.
So what do you think about? So one of the things that hopefully isn't lost is that a lot of the Jedi's also got added to Galactic Republic.
Yeah.
So what do you think about a nuisance type of Foresight team with Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn lead, with the Zeta Yoda, General Kenobi, maybe an Ezra or a Kanan, and then an R2-D2?
I'd probably say go Annie over Ezra.
Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that he's going to be a lot better than Ezra. in that
Okay.
sort of
So if we
thing.
put Anakin in that spot, then
Oh, yeah. It's going to work. You know, they're already good on the offense anyway. They could be, as far as I know, a good Qui-Gon Jinn team could be any team in the game. They're just crap on defense. And it just all depends on how good R2-D2 kind of like molds that team. Probably pretty well, but by the time he gets his kind of improvised off and stuff, it could work. You know, it's going to work on the offense. Definitely that kind of like offensive too, and he could be more similar, kind of like Kylo Ren, that he needs to be controlled. Against the AI, you know, if you were going against R2 and if you knew what his abilities do, and say you had a Sith team, he's going to be one of the first people you're going to focus on. You're either going to stun him or go for Nihilus. I think that he's more short term, so you'd go for him first, then go for Nihilus, or stun one, then go for the other. He's not going to be gaining at the minute any extra buffs from any leadership. You know, like we were talking, kind of like the Jedi have the Foresight, the Sith have the Stealth meter. So it's going to be pretty much like Rex lead, where he's going to gain probably the most.
Yeah.
Like he does have all them tags, but at the moment in the arena, there's not a lot of them that have kind of like extra turn meter gain compared to kind of like Rex or more. He's definitely not going to be getting that Jedi kind of like extra 30 speed or offense. So he's going to be he could potentially be that odd one out that's going to just sit there, and you could probably just wail on him straight away. Be the problem. He does have a lot of buffs, so he's going to gain a lot of stuff from Galactic Republic. Is that offense he gains?
offense, yeah.
That's not a good thing. You want him to gain health or protection.
That would be the Rebels. That's kind of why I was thinking either Ezra or maybe a Kanan in that other spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Kanan out.
For like another
Yes,
contour to
yeah.
cover for it. But
Yeah, it's definitely I don't think Galactic Republic would do too well for him because I don't think he hits very hard. Like it's going to give him extra kind of like damage, but without seeing it happening, like it'll definitely work on offense. I think these days the AI just doesn't know what to do with all this kind of like extra stuff that's been added to the game on both sides. AI is kind of like so last year, so I don't know if it's had a spruce or what, but it doesn't look like it's been tweaked to follow kind of like command orders or anything like that. So when I face the AI, sometimes it could go good, sometimes it could go bad. Bad is that they just all wail on one character. Other times the AI just then splash damages. 1 minute it'll attack one character, then it'll move to the other side of the team and attack that character. And you're just like, why don't you just attack the one you just attacked? Why are you splitting it up? And that's where the AI always will have problems that regain protection because or health, that heal. And that's why Shrewd and Bay is on the offense are great, and that's why Kylo Ren's great when it's used. R2, he doesn't recover anything, does he? So he's going to have that support from Shrewd and Bay. So if you ran R2 with Shrewd and Bay, that's potentially a good move. You run him with K2SO, he's getting two tags. You could put him under a Gen lead, you could put him under a Finn lead. So there's a lot of places that you can put this little droid.
You could put him under an Urban Blaster lead.
Yeah.
I'd say Lobot lead.
Urban, no.
He has droid synergy.
No, Urban.
I'm waiting for Sobot.
I don't think he's not. I wouldn't say that he'd fit well in a HK lead team.
What about a droid team? That is interesting. He is a droid. Does this help the droid comp at all?
I would say no.
Overall, I mean, it would be an improvement, but I don't think it really makes droids viable again, does it?
No, because the problem that you've got with droids, isn't it, is that you need to kind of get it all off the bat, and that's what you have to do. They're not there to kind of take hits, so putting them into stealth isn't really going to do much, is it? It's once the other team starts hitting back, it kind of like ends bad for droids. I used to run Anakin, and this was like way back. I used to have a Rex lead, and Anakin would just do his AoE once they even kill one person or even get them halfway health, and that's it. Anakin will pretty much wipe them out. They'll do like 20k damage on a crit on an AoE, and that's it. They're nearly dead. Another one of them, they're gone.
Can I throw this out there, maybe, Smithy, as a potential combo here? With Number Crunch, whenever at the start of the battle and whenever he revives, which is why I was thinking of a droid squad as part of it, he gives the team 10% max protection. So if R2-D2 gives all the other droids and Jawa engineers stealth, everything has to focus fire on him. He's going to die. The other protection for the other droids may be gone. Jawa engineer reses him, and now all the droids get 10% of R2-D2's max protection back.
Yeah.
Could that be a potential kind of looping combo if it could keep going?
Not with the current droids. The current droids would need a rework because at the moment it's the enemy team that's the issue. So if everyone's running a General Kenobi, he's giving crit immunity. Once they do that one crit, so once one of them does an AoE, they've all got crit immunity. They're not going to get any turn meter. They have to crit to get that turn meter. So the droid team, that's why the droid teams don't work at the minute, because you've got General Kenobi, and let's say it all starts off, Jawa Engineer goes, boom, he gives everybody turn meter in the droid team, and then all it takes is one droid to do an AoE crit, and your entire droid team is going to fall apart because you've just stopped yourself. You cut your limbs off to get turn meter because you're not going to be able to. You're just then in dead water because your droids are then, they've got that turn meter, and then they're not going to get that extra 50% for the kind of like the crits they've done, because they're not going to be able to land any crits while they have that, and that's it. They're gone. They're ended. And then you're going to have your B2 come in. Your B2 then, that's where it goes wrong. They need to have a rework where they ignore crit immunity. Then they'll work. R2 will probably fit in great in the team. Droids will generally work, but droids that we've currently got in today's arena isn't going to work. Again, against the Zul team, what are they going to do? Put them into stealth? They're going to start in stealth with Sith, so they're not going to be able to crit. Droids are done for straight away off the bat. They can't crit. It's just not General Kenobi, there's other characters like the actual characters at the moment. Against Rex, what's it going to do? Give Rex turn meter. That's why droids don't survive in the arena because you've got the two most brand leads like Rex and Maul that are going to feed the other team. So one of those teams, all it takes is one of them again to do an AoE against a Rex team. Great, the droids are going to get some turn meter, but so's Rex. They're going to be FOD. And that's it. It's game over. They're going to all attack back and just destroy the teams. Because if we have a look what people run behind Rex, they run tanky characters like Sharut and Baze and healers and cleansers and everything, and people that give them turn meter, and then you've got nihilists. That's where it goes wrong for droids. So they need something where was given a certain team's turn meter, or there's lots of ways that it can be done, even if they apply days. If they now apply days, or they ignore crit immunity, but without that, then they'll never be viable. It doesn't matter if they have the world's best droid put in there that can, like, for 10,000 to 30,000 damage. If they can't crit, they're not getting from that leadership. The leadership's gone from HK.
Okay, so I think that covers everything. Finn, do we have questions in the chat that we want to start getting into?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of questions.
I figured we did. Just reminding everybody, we do have the new chat. So if you want to donate to the channel, please do. We've had some people donate already. I'm excited. People have been donating. It's cool. It's like you get a new toy. You're like, I want to see it work again. The comments have been funny as hell.
Hey guys, I should be doing a Knights of the Old Republic tomorrow. I'll enable the super chat too.
Well, are you?
Come and join me while I play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And make sure you hit that super chat button.
So what are you trying to say? So what are you trying to
But
say?
I am playing it tomorrow.
No one tune into that, please.
So awful, Ranger.
I know. He started it.
Hey, I didn't start.
You started it. You're being very mean to me.
I wasn't, man. I was just,
Yeah.
I'm a bit
He's deserving of it.
Yeah.
It's okay,
Yeah,
Smithy.
it's true. I did kind of. I am a dick. All right, so let's get to the questions, shall we?
All right. First one is directed towards Sir Loki.
Oh.
So Bimatsu asks, Loki's making all of us lightsabers? And Shadow Veil says, I would love to buy one from you. And good old Maurice asks you, can you make his lightsaber longer than Bimatsu's?
Well played,
sure,
sir.
we can talk offline about it all.
Wow.
All right. So next question is from Ben Lazarus. So he asks to go into a P4 squad in Heroic AAT. Let's go with Smithy.
What's the
What did you say, sorry?
Can R2-D2 be valuable in a P4 squad in Heroic AAT?
Yeah, as long as they get that stout foot. Yeah.
All right.
Hope so, yeah. Smack screen, baby.
Would you put him in the clone squad, or would you put him in a different squad?
Unless he gets synergy from clones, then yeah, but no. I still think Leia is the crit chance. He doesn't give any crit chance.
So let's expand, I guess. Where do you see R2-D2 potentially being useful anywhere in the raid?
I think he could be using resistance, because if your Zeta is unique, they gain a percentage of what he's got as well. So if you do put a Zeta on there, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know. I think he's going to be one of those characters. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be the synergy. The more the synergy, the more you're going to get, obviously. But I think he's one of those characters that just, if you wanted to use him against a mole team, I think that's the main focus that a lot will use him, is when facing a mole team, and then others will then go off and kind of like do their team building and use him in raids, squads from it. But I think the main focus for most of the player base will be able to use teams that they don't generally run. So it now gives you more viability. So say, for example, that you wanted to run a Rogue One team, that's great. Just run Rogue One, put R2-D2 in there, click away, fight a more team, probably going to win straight away. It's the same, resistance, you can put him in that team. Yeah, I think he's just one of those characters that he has a great kit, but he definitely specializes in taking down evasion teams. So one of those characters that you can use him for one job or another.
Okay. This is a separate question, I guess, for Urban Blaster, knowing how much you love your droids. So we had the old Ben meta before, and then they released B2, and that was kind of the counter to that. And now they have the Maul, and now they release R2-D2. So how do you feel about droids always being the counter to the evasion metas?
I didn't even realize that. They just answered my question on who was the counter to droids. I don't pass. I'm not sure what's going on right now.
That's an honest answer right there.
I just like Bop.
All right, next question.
That's like you get like, all right, what's your first name? Yes. No, your first name. Yes. First or last name? Yes. Okay, next question.
All right.
God bless you,
Alright,
Urban.
So for Ranger here,
oh Lord.
what hero can R2-D2 replace in a Rex lead, Chase, Kenobi, and Nihilus lead team? I know we went into this a little bit.
He
but
doesn't.
where could R2-D2 fit
He
into that
doesn't.
team, or would you?
I
put him in?
wouldn't. I wouldn't. That team is pretty solid. I mean, who would you? You're not replacing Rex, and you're not replacing Chase. You need those three are just our combo package right now. Do you want to replace Nihilus? Not really. You want to use Nihilus, to do his annihilate and stuff. And Kenobi just does so many things for you; it's outrageous. It would actually make any one of those components moved out would make that team weaker, in my opinion. So I wouldn't do it. Now, if you don't have those tunes and you're trying to do a different combination, then R2-D2 makes a little bit more sense depending on what you're running. But in that specific team, I wouldn't do it. There's just no way.
And that question was from Rohan Fej, by the way.
Well, appreciate your support there, Rohan.
Next question is from Cam Mitch, so we'll go back to Sir Loki here. I have a question. I keep hearing how good Xylo is, but everyone says he sucks on defense. So what would be the reason to Zeta him if I can't hold an arena rank?
He's really good on offense. So if you need to climb, there's a lot of videos on YouTube about 1 versus 4 arena battles where you can continually do his what is it called? Is it outrage? Is that what it is? You can do his Zeta ability, and you can continually just stun the other team. He's going to reset the cooldown if you omega his unique, so he gains the damage over time over his head. Yep. And yeah, I mean, if you need to climb arena rank on offense, but he's got more uses as well. I mean, he's not terrible on defense. I mean, like what other people say, he's not the same caliber on defense as he is on offense because you're obviously controlling him on the offense.
Yeah. I use him, and a lot of people do, and he's fantastic.
All right. Him in arena. I mean, you have to still kind of deal with him. He's easier to deal with on defense, but it's still they're not careful. So
yeah, you have to be careful because he will wipe you. Carlo, run.
Next question, we'll go to Smithy for this one. I think the R2-D2 event will come back after this time. Do you think it's going to be 6 months, less, or more?
Probably about 3 to 4 months. That's what I would say. 3 to 4 months, maybe September.
So, you're thinking that he's going to be kind of put immediately in the rotation with Palpatine and Yoda, or do you think there's going to be a delay to add him there?
No, it says it's an extremely rare event. So it's saying
they said that with Palpatine too.
For the first 2 runs, wasn't it? And then he come into the kind of like mix that he rotated. I think how the Palpatine event is. So, 6 months? Maybe 6 months. It could be. We could have it now. We may not see it until Christmas. We may not see it. It's probably going to be, what are we now? We're April. If we don't see him by September, then it's probably going to be the new movie release. I would say it's going to be episode 8 release.
Oh, so you think it might even be more?
Yeah, it could be. You know, extremely rare. So what Palpatine ran twice, didn't he? When he was extremely rare in the first year.
Yeah, I think Palpatine was spaced around 4.5, 5 months before he became the rotation.
Yeah, so if you've got any Empire, if you haven't, you should gear them up and get him. Or you probably regret it. You know, there's a lot of people out there that didn't get Palpatine. Like, you can get him at 5 stars, so you know, you can still run him at 5 stars. You know, he's still a tank character. But at the same time, if you want him 7-star, then it might not be till Christmas that you can cut around.
So I had a question on that since I have you geniuses on here.
Who are you? How dare you, sir?
So I have like only 5 7-star dudes. What gear level do you think they'd have to be at to be able to beat that? I can't remember the Palpatine event. Do you think gear 8 and above 8 is the minimum you'd want your dudes at?
Honestly, it would probably be more based on your mods, the way everything has been shifting. Even if you were gear 10 without good mods, you probably wouldn't be able to do it. So I would imagine it's based on the quality of mods that you have. I think my guess would be gear 8 would be fine, level 85 gear 8 with a high set of mods, Mark 5 all the way through. That would be my guess in terms of what you would probably need for this.
Do you think Tarkin?
Go ahead, Urban.
Oh, because my 5th, I have pretty decent ones up till Tarkin, or do you think he'll be okay in this event?
Tarkin, because I'm in the same position as you. I have only 5. I have Palpatine, who I'm probably going to run as lead, Vader, Royal Guard, TIE Fighter pilot, and then Tarkin. So I have to hope that he's good enough to pull this out.
Because this thing literally starts like in 1 week from tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get to farming, fool. Get that
Yeah. I have him, but he's at 3-star.
Why didn't you?
Gear 8.
Now, one thing to keep in mind also, this event, it starts in a week. It starts at May the 4th. And usually around May the 4th, they do a lot of discounts on crystals and all those kind of things. And the event itself will last, I would imagine, I don't know, about 2 weeks. The Yoda and the Palpatine events, I believe, are like 5 days. I can't remember exactly.
I can't remember. They're a couple days, right?
Yeah, it's not too long, but it's long enough that if you wanted to wait a little bit to see the fact that May the 4th is going to be at the same time, and you'd be able to, if you're going to spend any money at all, you get better bang for your buck compared to right now, possibly push some of your characters a little bit higher. In terms of gear, you don't want to wait on the shards in order to star them up, but if you needed gear and stuff, there are other ways just based on the timing of this event.
Oh yeah, thanks for that info. I think I'll be able to get him at 7 stars, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. My Tarkin is probably going to be gear 8, and then just have to move my over to that to those characters when I'm running it. How many Empire characters do you have, Ranger?
All of them.
At 7-star. Oh, you have all of them? You whale.
I
don't know. I blame all the viewers for making you a whale, by the way.
Well, there are
telling you to open packs, and then you open packs and you become a whale.
I know, and I have more characters that are pimp. I mean, it's the law of the land, Finn. You're just gonna have to use that doctor.
You're turning into Grande.
You're gonna have to use that doctor money, and you're gonna have to catch up. I'm just saying.
I'm happy where I am.
Are you, Finn? Are you really happy? Don't you wish you were at that same level where you have all the characters, like me and Grande
I am actually about. I am 1 week roughly away from having every character in the game unlocked. Not 7-star, but unlocked.
Well, I'd rather have him 7-star than unlocked.
Yeah, but I'm free to play, so that's a big achievement for me. So
Well, it is a big achievement. I'm not gonna lie. I think you're onto something there, my friend.
all right, so we'll go ahead and go to the next question here. I'll go to Ranger
Oh,
since I know
God.
you have these. So,
No.
so if there is a meta shift due to R2-D2, what do all the players that invested heavily in the Sith going to do with their characters?
Nothing, because I don't think they're going to be that effective. I mean, they'll be effective against Sith, but your Sith team will still be pretty darn effective. So, I mean, the meta's going to shift anyway, so you should be farming tunes irregardless, right? Just because you
Mhm.
have tunes unlocked in its meta right now, you still should be farming other characters, just to get them up there, right? So you have them ready to go. Mainly because there's other parts of the game too, but it works out into your favor. So if the meta shifted, I'm not as stressed about it as I am now because I have more characters unlocked, and that's kind of where it'll lead. The more gearing's a different thing, but at least you have them unlocked so you can focus on those characters. That's a big thing. Gearing's a total different animal than getting a character to 7 stars. But yeah, I mean, I don't see Sith going anywhere yet. The mall meta's still here, and I don't see it going anywhere. Was that Smithy had something to say?
And just to give credit here, because I
I
forgot
can hear
to
him.
mention the names here, that was Julian116 that asked about the R2-D2 event, and question about the Sith was from good old Maurice.
Oh, cool.
So, next question here. Smithy, you still here with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So, what do you think about this squad potentially? A Rex lead with Poe, R2-D2, Zeta Jin, and Jedi Knight Anakin.
Yeah, it could work.
What would be kind of the downfall of that team, do you think? Is there, or do you see any weakness with that team offhand?
No. So it was who was the leader?
Rex lead with the Poe, R2-D2,
Yeah.
Zeta Jin, and Jedi Knight Anakin.
It could work. Have to test it. I could probably let you know in a few days.
Do you have all those characters?
Hopefully.
All right. So that was from Grim. So Grim,
I'll let you know.
yeah. So Grim, you have it here from
I'll let you
Smithy
know.
D. He's going to try and get that squad and test it out for you. See, that's the benefit of asking people questions.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine is R2-D2, or do you already have them? You don't, right?
I don't think anybody has them.
That's well. All right. So next question will go to Loki here. So how fast do you think the ability number crunch on R2-D2 is going to get nerfed from all of the tags overlapping?
That's actually a really good question. The only character that's gonna really overlap is R2-D2, right? I mean,
Well,
I don't see. I mean, droid. I mean, yeah. There's no droid. There's a galactic.
there's a droid
there's
rebel.
a rebel.
in K2SO.
There's a droid rebel, which is K2SO. Resistance. There's nothing that really overlaps. I mean, I really don't see. I don't see it getting nerfed because it's just percentages. I'm not a big fan of percentages. Because I just don't think it's that much. I think there's you can play around with mods, and we've covered this many times where you can try to load up so much percentage of health, but at some point it's going to plateau. Now, if this was like flat values, like it would gain, like 1,000 max protection for each one, or it, like a flat value, not a percentage. I think it could be exploited more, but I really don't see it happening. I mean, 10% is not too much. R2 is going to get he's got a lot of alignments and roles and affiliations, so I don't see anybody else yet taking advantage of this to where it's going to get nerfed. That's that's just my opinion right now.
Anybody else to weigh in? I kind of looked over everything, and K2SO is the only one I saw so far with an overlap. Now, if they rework characters, then maybe something else will come up, but it's only K2SO right now.
Not
Right,
really.
and Chopper.
No, not really.
All right, yeah, so K2SO and Chopper, I didn't want to forget him.
Yeah, so they get 10% max protection and 10% max health. I don't see that as a big issue. Really.
All right. I think that's it for questions. Let me just double check here.
That's right. You will double check.
Hey, I had a quick question for the panel. So what does burning do anyway, other than damage over time?
Bunch of
Well,
soul.
it hurts when you pee. That's all I know.
Checked out by a doctor. But
I have a doctor. Finn, it hurts. It burns when I pee.
well, Finn isn't
Your
it?
thoughts?
Finn, if you have a
Drink more
burning
water.
feeling, you know.
I'll just drink more water. Okay.
Okay. What it does, what I've seen on the mechanic, it seems to that it reduces evasion, and I think it was saying like minus 500% or something on the actual mechanic itself. So it pretty much stops evades.
Yeah, and I think, and I had to check this. There was also a thought that there's like a small dot component to it also. So if a character is burning, they would take some damage over time. I don't know to what extent though.
Because it's for like 3 turns, right?
Yeah.
You could put him in your Zader squad,
Later.
Urban.
It sounds like it'd work in there, especially if it does add dots. That'd be a pretty wizard.
Well, no, it would be, so that would be probably the differentiation there, that it has enough, but I don't think it would be classified as a dot. Kind of like Daze is its own thing, even though it kind of mimics a shock in some ways.
So it has its own little debuff.
Yeah, burning is supposed to be its own little thing, and it's supposed to have the effects of evasion down plus a dot, so it's like its own unique thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Smithy's seen anything. I haven't seen anything official yet, but it appears to be its own debuff right now.
The only problem with this R2-D2 is he takes 5 Carbontes, and 4 of those is with the stun gun combo.
Mm-hmm. Get to farming.
Holy crap, that's a lot.
Yeah. Just at least he doesn't have any cuffs. That made me kind of happy.
Did it? You should.
So I already have like 2 rows plus of characters that need stun cuffs. I can't deal with more. I can deal with Carbontes because they come in challenges at least, but not the stun cuffs.
Yeah, but not enough in challenges. That's the whole thing. Maybe I just have too many projects going on that those things just seem to just halt everything for me, especially the stun gun Carbonte combo.
Yeah. No, those ones are definitely once you get the stun guns in there. All right. Looking at the chat here one last time.
That it?
So it's Knights Templar is saying here that it's a 15% max health dot.
Okay.
And then minus 100,000% evasion. I saw it's like some number starting with a 5. It's a huge number, essentially, that they can't evade.
All right. Is that it, Mr. Finnadoodle?
So, that should be fun. That appears to be it.
All right. Well, let's end the stream. All right. So appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Really, really appreciate everybody in the chat participating and everything. Thank you for all your questions. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel. Subscribing lets you get all the latest videos and stuff that we've got out. We just put out the Clone P4 video from Finn. We did some Diablo videos that are out there. I know it's a different game, but we are putting out more content in different games that we're trying to get into. There's some Minecraft and some other stuff that's on there that we've got out there. So please feel free to check it out. And you only get updates if you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to check us out some other places. We've got our website, which is realityskegamers at blogspot.com. You can buy merchandising other than giving us donating to the channel, which you can do. You can also support us by buying merchandising from Cafe Press and get some really cool stuff. We've got t-shirts, and what else do we have in there, Finn? We have t-shirts. Is that what else?
We have some
Shorts,
hats. I think we have
hats.
shot glasses,
Yeah.
and we're always open to ideas for making more stuff. It lets us kind of customize whatever gear we want. Some of it is based on our Saturday night live stream. Some of it is based on our regular SWGOH stuff. So if you guys have ideas, just DM us on Discord, and we can definitely work on trying to put something together for you.
Absolutely. And then also you can check us out on Facebook and at Twitter. So let's go around the horn. Smithy D, where can the folks check you out at?
Over at my channel, Smithy D.
Anything videos you've been working on, bud?
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, see, mystery. We'll have to wait and see. Huh? Very nice. All right, Mr. Loki, where can the folks check you out?
I got my YouTube channel as well. It's Sir Loki, SIRLOKI. Doing a lot of just fun arena battles. Doing a Nihilist lead right now, so if you want to check it out, and then trying to do more Phase 3 heroic stuff. So trying to get some more big numbers for you guys. And thank you for having me on again.
Absolutely love having you, man, and keep us posted on those lightsabers. I'm so
I will.
I'm so jealous.
Hey, that would be a good thing to add to the RSG store, right? Sell lightsabers with people's names on them.
For real?
I wish we had
Wizard.
that much ability.
Yeah.
Cafe Press does not have lightsabers to customize on their site.
Yeah. One can only dream. And then Urban Blaster, where can folks check you out?
Check out Assassin Masters. It's YouTube/Assassin Masters. That's the easiest way. I've been lazy lately. Been on
You
hiatus.
have been. What's going on?
I'm still playing the game strong. But I'm hoping to get some new content out there. Been trying to go to that Jedi Mountain so I could regroup my thoughts and wondering what I really doing in this world
Right.
besides grinding out gear every damn day.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just been on hiatus. Sorry, go on little rants here and there, but check it out. New content coming soon.
Nice. Very nice. And Finn, where can we check you out at? Yes, I just trolled
On BattleNet, playing Diablo 3.
you. Very nice. All right, so I think that's it for us. If you want to join us, we have the after party show. Me and Finn will not be on too much tonight in the after party. Be in there for a few minutes, but we will be there. Everybody's in there. You can check us out on the Discord channel. The Discord channel is a really good place. You can come hang with us after the show, but then also if you have questions that we didn't get to here, or you want to hit us up, Mage Ducky, myself, Finity, we have a Q&A section there where you can ask questions. Lots of amazing guys in the community that you can ask your questions in, and I mean, people hop in and answer questions all the time. It's pretty rad. So I encourage you to do that, especially if you're a newer player. There's lots of helpful information, tips. There's no such thing as a dumb question there because the folks generally want to help you out. So I encourage you to check that out. So we're all heading to the after show party. So why don't you come join us over here on the Discord? So on behalf of myself, the Smith Lord Smithy D, the Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, Sir Loki Builds Lightsabers, and the Assassin Master himself, Urban Blaster. Thank you everybody for being here, and we'll catch you Saturday for our Saturday stream where we have fun and just get stupid and laugh and just have a good old time. So thank you guys, we appreciate it. Thank you to all the guys that donated tonight to the channel. We really appreciate it. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks.